assignment for Monday, exploring addition equations. Your worksheet's going to give you something similar to this, and what you have to do is come up with an equation using the pictures that are on the worksheet. We're going to be dealing with a variable. The variable is the unknown in our equation, and it's represented by a letter. So in the picture that I have, M is my variable, and I write that down like that. Off the rest of the equation, I count my counters. There are 3 counters in this first box. Put my equal sign, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 counters in the second one. I now have an equation that I can solve, and to do so, we want to figure out what is this unknown? What number plus 3 equals 10? Well, most of you already have it. You say it is 7, and you would be correct. But we want to show a systematic way of how to do that, so that when we get to bigger numbers, you're still able to do it. And what I want you to do in your papers to show me your work is to use subtraction in order to solve it. And whenever we take away on one side of the equation, in this case 3, so I put minus 3, that is going to leave me only an M on this side, because 3 minus 3 is 0. To keep it equal, whatever I do on the left side of the equation, I have to do on the right side of the equation. So 10 minus 3 equals 7. And that's what most of you probably have already. M plus 3 equals 7. Second one, again, this time my variable is an X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, counting the counters. Counting this big one, if you add up all those counters, you will get 21. Again, most of you probably say, I know what the unknown is. X is 14. 14 plus my 7 counters will get me my 21 counters. Yes, you are correct. How do we show that algebraically, systematically? Well, we want to get rid of the 7 on this side so that that unknown, the variable X, is by itself. So we subtract 7, and then whatever I do on the left side, X plus 7 side, I have to do on the other side. So I do. 7 minus 7 is 0. So we say we just cross those out. That leaves just an X. 21 minus 7 is 14. We can check that by putting 14 back up. 14 plus 7 does get me 21. Not so hard, is it? Pretty easy. As I said, to solve algebraic addition equations, you can use subtraction. Now without the counters. B plus 9 equals 12. Many of you are saying, I know what that is. B is 3. Well, we want to be able to show it algebraically. So we're going to get rid of the 9 on the left side of the equation, which the equal sign represents. So I subtract 9 here. I subtract 9 there. 9, a positive 9 minus 9 gives me 0. So I'm going to X those out. 12 minus 9 equals 3. If I wanted to check it, I could do 3 plus 9. Does that equal 12? And yes, it does. On this side, C plus 4 equals 20. What is that unknown variable C? Well, you might have an idea, but we're going to solve it algebraically using a very systematic way. Subtract 4, subtract 4. 4 minus 4 is 0, so I just have a C left. 20 minus 14 is 16. I can check it by putting 16 as that unknown. 16 plus 4 equals 20. It worked. Sometimes they have the number first and the variable second. That's okay. I know many of you can do it mentally, but I want you to do it systematically. It will help you do harder problems later in the chapter. So I know you can. What I like to do with these is rewrite it so that I have the variable first. Okay, I just rewrote the problem, putting my variable first, the C, the unknown. Now I'm going to subtract 9 to get the C by itself. It means I need to subtract 9 over there. 9 minus 9 is 0. C equals 23 minus 9. New borrowing 14. We can check that by putting 9 plus 14. You can use your calculator if you want to double check, but that does equal 23. Yes. Now this side, again, I like to put the letter first. Variable, d plus 4 equals 17. Got to get this side back to 0, or the variable, which is d. Whatever I do on the left side of the equation, I must do on the right side to keep them equal. 4 minus 4 is 0, so I just X them out. I have a d left. 17 minus 4, you can use your calculator, but it's 13. Let's check that now. 4 plus 13, yes, it does equal 17. Yes. That is what I want you to do on sheet 18-1. Show me your work, X out, the plus 9 minus 9, plus 4 minus 4, and so on, and write the variable equals whatever number it is. Thank you. What do we do with a decimal? Same thing. Even though it's probably harder to do mentally, now we're starting to see it a little bit harder. We're going to subtract 17.3 on the left side of the equal sign. Now we got to make sure we line up our digits correctly so that I can subtract on that side. So I like to get apples with apples. So I'm going to put in the decimal point so that lines up. There, we got that. This will give me a 0, so I have just an E left. Now I can borrow 7, bring the decimal point straight down, borrow again, and then I get 17.7. I want to check if that's right. We'll add them up this way, lining up the digits, apples with apples. That gives me a 10, 14, 35.0, or a whole number of 35. That's what we started with.